You are now tuned in to The Gifted Gab.
Bro, my ass is stuck in this chair, dog. Holy fuck, man. No, it's cool. You know, I like being suctioned. I like being cupped. No one else touches me, but this chair does. It's nice.
Man, you out here on your sugar daddy tour?
Yeah, buddy. Yeah, I'm excited,
waiting.
man. Last time I was here was 3 years ago.
3 years ago.
Yeah, like I was a youth, bro. I was the youth opening up for Kayvon, you know, doing little opening spots. Now I'm fucking headlining my own tour, man. It's crazy. The progress and the time, you know, that it took to get to here, but it's all worth it, man.
It's we see the hustle, bro. You know,
Yeah.
and that's why
Grind
it's so
don't
inspiring.
stop.
Doesn't
Yeah.
stop. It's
No.
very, very inspiring.
I appreciate that. You
You're on your own tour.
gotta do what you love, man.
Absolutely.
That's what matters, all right?
Yeah.
If you're not doing what you love and you don't go after it, then what the fuck is the point?
It's
You know?
actually so simple.
So simple.
You know, we just complicate it.
Very, yeah. And because people are worried. People are worried to take that risk to step up and do what they want.
Mhm.
Obviously, and we know that. We talk about it all the time. But I don't know. You already know. Like for me, I was like, I can't just stop here. I got to keep going, right?
Mhm.
A lot of people, they stay local minded. For me, I'm like, how do I get bigger and better every day, every week, every month, every year? So
And that was before the pandemic.
that was before
It
the
like
pandemic.
that way before the pandemic.
I've been like this,
You've been
dog,
like this,
from the
yeah.
beginning.
From the time.
Yeah. And so that's it.
It's sick to see that you're now doing like an hour
Yeah.
long.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? That's a long time to go.
Right.
You know, but you're doing it. You're getting reps. You're
Yeah,
figuring it
man.
out.
Feels great.
How does it feel to be headlining your own tour now?
So it's unreal, man. Such a surreal experience, especially because this past year, just like alone, so much shit has happened for me in my career.
Mhm.
That's like sprung me forward a lot. You know, from like opening for like meeting Gary Vee and like going on a stage and like impersonating him, and then like meeting all these people, and then eventually opening up for Russell Peters and all this shit, which was crazy.
You talked about Russell Peters the first time you came on this
I know.
podcast. That
Oh,
was
I've been talking about Russell Peters from before I started comedy.
absolutely.
Like since high school. It's crazy. Like he's my idol, and the fact that I got to open for him and shit came full circle for me. I was like, my dream came true. It was the highlight of my career. So don't let anybody ever fucking tell you you can't do something.
Absolutely.
You know, because like there's gonna be doubters, there's gonna be haters, but as long as you have your eyes set on the prize and the goal, nothing can stop you, bro.
Mama
I'm like,
mentality.
mama mentality, bro. There's nothing getting in my way, bro. I don't give a fuck.
Fuck it.
I don't care. From the beginning, just in general, my whole life, I'm like, so what, bro? I look like this. I dress like this. What are you going to do about it? I like what I like. I like what Drake likes. They didn't believe in us. Nah, like, it breaks my heart. It really breaks my heart that real humans, they don't believe in us. God did. Drake did.
Him.
So anyway, yeah, man. The fact that I'm touring now on my own is nuts because I'm like I'm not surprised because that's the trajectory that I've put out for myself. You know, from the beginning, I'm like, eventually it's gonna get to this point.
This is the plan.
This is the plan, right?
Yeah.
It's just a matter of time. So, yeah. Yeah, Seth Rogen, yeah. I think like every year I fucking tweet that shit all the time. I've been saying this stuff from the beginning too, but like, and I know that'll happen as well.
Absolutely.
It's about damn time, you know. Well, yeah, it's technically not working with him, but
It counts.
It counts, I guess. But no, I really want to like be on set with that guy. That's what I mean, you know, like stuff like that. So it's just a matter of time. Same thing I put out to the world before. I was like, I have to meet Gary Vee. I don't know how it's gonna happen, but I'm gonna meet him.
It's gonna happen.
I don't know how I'm gonna open for Russell Peters, but I'm gonna open for him.
Manifestation is very real.
It's real, but
very, very real.
But
work too.
yeah, exactly. You can't just manifest and then sit on your ass and jerk your cock. Okay, you gotta fucking do shit about it. All right, you can't just have your hands on your balls
And stand there with dick in your hands
and thinking, oh, I'm gonna fucking own my own business one day.
No.
All right, you're gonna own your dick in your hand. That's all gonna happen if you don't move and do shit. So yeah, man,
day to
that's
day,
great.
man.
Day to day.
It's been inspiring to see the progression and the growth. You know, and I think just seeing it, and it's not about seeing it on social media. It's about seeing it behind the scenes.
Yeah,
When people see the work of something behind the scenes, they're like, damn, like, you know, this guy puts in the work. This guy's inspiring people.
Yeah.
This guy's doing it. You know what I'm saying?
100%.
Just to see somebody do it is all anybody else needs to see.
Yeah.
For them to do it as well.
100%. And that's the whole point of like having social media. It's just powerful because of that reason. It's not just to make people laugh, but it's to inspire the youth or anyone who's struggling to do what they want to do.
Absolutely.
My whole message is just like to, first of all, make people laugh and bring joy to the world. But secondly, is to inspire others to be great at their own craft. Same way Kobe did it for me, right? Because I always looked up to Kobe as my idol because, you know, he's the fucking GOAT, man. And he was so great at his own craft, it inspired me to be great at my craft to this day. To this day. You know, I think about it all the time, man. The fact that he died almost 3 years ago now, which is nuts.
It's crazy.
And he still has a big impact in my life because I always go back to it. Every time I feel down or I feel like something's not working out or like I need to push myself, I'm like, yo, what would Kobe do? Like Mamba mentality. You know, it sounds kind of corny or cheesy or whatever the fuck, but I don't care. It helps me. And that's like I can't strive anything less than greatness.
That's it.
That's it.
Simple as that, man. And you know what was most impressive about Kobe was his transition after basketball.
Yeah, he was
flawless.
Man.
It was so seamless. It was like
yeah.
every time. Oh no, like he played for so long.
No,
you know he's gonna have a hard time transitioning. No, it was easy,
bro. He was
easy.
already smart. He knows what he's doing.
Yeah.
He was 10 steps ahead of everybody.
Exactly.
And the fact that he died, bro, killed me because he was gonna have a amazing post NBA career.
Absolutely. He already had an Oscar.
Yeah, he was already gonna like inspire even more people. Which is fuck.
And his daughter was killing and shit too.
Yeah,
like,
her too.
You
Yeah.
know, like it's crazy, man. But he's been like obviously Kobe's been a big inspiration for all of us. Our generation is Kobe. That Kobe generation. You know, there's like a bunch of guys and people that come from our age group that do really well. You know, because of this inspiration here. You know,
It's a mental toughness, man.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he built a lot of mental toughness in me. Just like hearing stories, reading his books, like. I'm like, bro, this guy's up at 4 a.m. just to do an extra practice on top of the extra practice, just to prove to other motherfuckers that he's better than them. That's savage. That shit, I was like, man, what am I doing?
Job's not finished.
Job's not finished, bro.
Job's not
what
finished.
I gotta be happy about? Job's not finished.
Job finished?
Job finished?
Job's not
Job's not finished.
Job's
not finished. Why should I be happy? Job's not finished.
Job's not finished.
Job finished? I'll be happy.
There's this thread I always see on Twitter. Some guy, he posts like he dissects like different games, like playoff games, like he does a lot of players, but he does a lot of Kobe stuff. It's not Ball Don't Stop. It's another guy. He actually breaks down all the plays. Like this is what happened at this point in time. They're up this much. Kobe hits this basket, then this basket, then this basket to put them ahead. You know, so it's just that underdog. He was an underdog.
But like a superstar at the same time.
At the same time,
it's so weird, but it's so cool.
It's so complex.
It's crazy, man.
Yeah.
Like the things, that, like the details he paid attention to, that shit really gets me going. It fucking inspires the shit out of me. So I'm like, you can see the care and the passion and the drive.
Detail everything, man.
Fuck, man.
Shout out Kobe, man. Shout out to you, bro. Like you're a GOAT too, man. Like to see everything that you've been able to do, everything you've been able to knock off your list. You know, I think it's inspiring everybody. You know, I'm inspired by it.
That means a lot.
You know what I'm saying?
I do my best.
And I think I speak for a lot of people when we say we're inspired by it too. You know what I'm saying?
Of course.
Now you're doing your own tour. You know, so how does it feel? You're doing an hour set. The prep is different now. You know, it's not a 15-minute set.
No.
It's not no fucking opening act.
No.
You gotta stand there and keep these guys engaged for an hour.
That's a lot, man.
That's fucking a lot. Does it feel long?
Yeah, but also on top of that, the two openers too. They're doing time too, 15 and 20 minutes. So I'm like, that's already fucking
40 minutes in.
Yeah, and then another hour. It's like it's hard. That's why in a way it's actually harder. It is hard for the first person going up as a stand-up comedian. You're a bullet. That's what they call a bullet. You're the first person on stage. It's usually the hardest set because you're going into a cold room, and then it's your job to warm them up now. That's hard.
You have to set the tone.
Set the tone, right? That's hard, but you can make the argument that it's like by the time like the headliner comes on, it's like it's easy now because it's all warmed up. They're ready to go. They're ready to laugh. The hard part is, the easy part is like killing, doing well like in the first like little bit of your headline set. The hardest part is closing off strong, because now it's like past an hour show, and people are like, how more can you fucking laugh after an hour? It's like your cheeks are done, right? So that's the challenge as a headliner, is to like really go above and beyond and be that much funnier. You have to be funnier than an opening act. Like then your own opening act. You know what I'm saying? Like you have to really like take them on a journey and on a story the whole time. So, but that's the beauty of doing stand up, is like there's always something new happening. There's always something new to learn. It's my first time doing headlines.
That's crazy.
And like I've been doing headline sets now for like 6 months at my own shows back in Toronto. Every week I was doing 2 shows a night in front of 28, 30 people, small rooms, but just as practice for this tour. And I was doing like 45 minutes roughly. But because it's a smaller room, it's less time. Now that I have bigger rooms, a lot of more people on the tour, I count for the more people, because more people means bigger laughs, which means I have to take my time more, which means it'll get to an hour rather than 40, 45, right? So, yeah, it's all about pacing and paying attention to the audience and like your environment, everything. There's so much that goes into it, but yeah.
It's very methodical. What would you say is the 3 things you would tell someone that's trying to get into creating content?
To creating content?
Yeah.
You just got to post what you know, first of all, and be authentic to yourself. That's the number one message I spread on my own pages all the time. Just be yourself, be authentic. And that's why I think it works for me really well, because I'm just being myself. I'm the same way off camera as I am on camera.
Seamless.
It's like I don't have to, and the best part is I don't have to think about it.
Yeah.
I don't have to like try. I just have to just do it. The second thing is, don't worry about the quality, worry about the quantity. Because before social media happened, you put out a project that's like, you better fucking do well on that one project. So it was always quality over quantity. Now that there's so much content out there and you have to battle against fucking thousands and millions of pieces of content every day, quantity over quality.
Yeah.
Because you never know who's going to watch your stuff, when they're going to watch it, or how they're going to see it. But the more you put out, the bigger your chances are of other people seeing your stuff and it spreading around. And then that's it, man. Pretty much. And don't judge yourself along the process, because what you think people care about, they don't care about. They don't give a fuck. People have so many things to worry about for themselves in their own lives.
Absolutely.
They can't care about what you're doing. So just post your shit and move on, move forward. And if something tanks, which my videos bomb all the time still, I'm like, fuck, whatever. What's the next video? Simple as that. I'm like, I worked so hard on this video. It gets 20 comments and 100 likes. I'm like, yeah, this is great. Fantastic. I'll go fuck myself. But at the same time, all right, I guess I gotta post another video.
It's just another rep.
It's another rep, man. Same thing as stand-up. Same exact thing. So,
and you've tried, obviously when you're working on this material, it takes time to make a good bit.
Time? Yeah.
You gotta practice it over and over and over again.
My man, like, you gotta fucking post shit, okay? I feel like every time I come on the podcast, I have to do a Gary Vee act.
Verticulture. Shout out Gary
Like,
Vee.
it's about fucking arbitrage, okay? Micro speed, macro patience, okay? Micro speed, macro pussy, okay?
Yo, that's fucking rich.
Yep.
Gary Vee here, man.
Yep.
Yeah. So, what else would you tell someone trying to get into comedy?
Just enjoy it. You gotta have fun with it. If you're not having fun, there's no point. You have it's such a fun thing to do. It's the most fun job in the world. So just fucking have fun with it. Don't worry about it too much. Like Andrew and Mark were saying in the previous episode, or whatever. I don't know if this is gonna be after. But
We'll see.
we'll see. But when you guys are recording with them, Andrew was saying that it's gonna be hard the first few years, which is true. But like everything's hard. Whatever's worth doing is gonna be hard. But the important thing is to have fun with it, and you're gonna learn so much about yourself, about the craft, just by getting on stage as much as possible. much as possible.
That's what you got to do. You got to get out there as much as possible because it's different when there's a crowd involved. And, you know, I'm going to ask you.
Same with women, too.
That too.
The more you try, the better your chances of getting better.
You have to, hey, man.
The more you learn.
The more you learn.
You got to shoot your shot. 2022.
Hey, man. Shoot your shot. Yeah, 2022.
Shoot your shot.
Worked for me.
Hey, there you go.
You know, I'm happily married. You know, I'm good. You know?
Happily married.
Out the way, you know.
Where's the ring, fam?
It's coming.
Oh, shit, daddy.
You know what I'm saying?
Uh-huh.
But you know what?
I can't believe.
It takes time, man.
Wow.
Wacht daar,
Oh, okay, wacht me.
You know, it takes time.
Of course.
You know, but after a while, you just want to get out the way, just do the work, just, you know.
Yeah.
And watch the fucking fruits of your labor.
I know.
It's that simple.
Exactly.
You know? And it
Yeah.
takes time.
Oh, man. Yeah.
I think a lot of the things that I realize is that when people start stuff, they don't give themselves enough time to marinate in it, to learn in it, you know, to make a couple mistakes. Observe, you know. Everybody always wants it to come right away.
Yeah, it's never going to happen.
Doesn't work like that, man. It takes fucking years to become an overnight success.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Exactly.
People don't realize that.
100%.
And, you know, there's times I see people start shit, and I like seeing people do shit. It's funny because somebody that came to the show, they asked me, is like, yo, is this what Neema does full time?
Who said that?
Somebody that I know that came
Yo,
to
who
the
the
show.
fuck said that shit? Yo, if you said that, fam, like, come at me, bro.
You know, he asked me, and I said, yeah, he's a full-time stand-up comedian. You know? And he's like, wow, that's fucking inspiring.
Wow.
He does that's his day job.
Yeah.
You know?
Exactly.
It's that simple. That's
Simple
your
as
day
that.
job.
Yeah. I go to work at 8 p.m.
Fuck it.
Yeah. Well, you
That's your
motherfuckers got to wake up at 6, 7, 8 in the morning. Yeah, you hate your job. I wake up at the same time and I go to the gym and I fucking write shit. And then I go to work at 7 p.m.
That's it. So, like, what's your writing process like? Do you is this like you sit for hours, the muse comes to you, you start going? Is like, oh, I got an idea, boom, let me write this down.
Yeah.
What's your creative process like in that regard?
I'm going to be honest, I don't write that much.
Oh, you don't? You just do shit?
I just I write by filming stuff or thinking about it a lot in my brain, but that is my weakness, is that I don't write enough, which is weird because like look, you see all the success, but you're like, wow, there's still so much improvement I can have. Imagine if I wrote every day for an hour.
But here's the thing.
How much better you could be.
Your awareness of that is key.
Sure.
You're just like, oh, I know my biggest weakness, you know? And it's like, there's a certain amount of, you said authenticity before. It's also honesty that you have with yourself. They're like, okay, you know, my shit could be better, but as long as I'm aware of it. A lot of people, you know, might be putting out content. They don't know their weakness. They don't know what.
They're all delusional.
You know, even in business, there's sometimes like people don't know what their flaws are in their ventures or whatever. And it's like, it's one thing to, you know, be ignorant. You know, it can sidetrack your whole shit. You don't know, you know. And that's why you got to make those mistakes. You got to try test shit out. Quality. What you say? Quantity over quantity. Quality over quality.
Yeah.
You know, big projects and shit. You know, they take time. You know, but they take longer. You know, but yeah, just to hear even from your journey from Humber. You know, you were in that program. And shout out to Andre. Andre's doing the
shout out Andre. Yeah,
right. You know, and I think that's also from your influence a little bit too. You know what I'm saying? Because when we started the Gifted Gab, you know, you had talked about, you know, I went and got educated in this thing that I enjoyed and I liked. Yeah. As opposed to kinesiology. Yeah. What people don't know this about me, that was the first thing I went into. Yeah. And I was like, holy fuck, this shit is boring. Yeah. It is so fucking boring.
There's nothing you can do with it either. It's like impossible. It's such a hard field to like make anything of it.
Someone at the show was like, oh yeah, Neema studied kinesiology, and then Packer was doing a bit on it, like he was testing out the room. He's like, oh yeah, so you know everything about him, hey? Oh really? Yeah, really?
Like, some guy said that?
Yeah, one of the shows. Shit. Yeah, it was actually
That's funny.
But then
man's really know my life, eh? More than me. How the
like,
fuck did this guy know?
It's not even on his Wikipedia page.
Yeah, what the hell?
But it's funny. It's interesting because I'm like, man, that's something very relatable. It's like you go into a program, you think, okay, well, this is what I'm supposed to do, and you're like, fuck, I don't like this. but you're very honest with yourself in the moment, and you say, I don't fuck with this. I'm gonna switch into some next shit or go do some next shit.
Of course.
You know?
Yeah, you have to do that.
And yeah, that awareness.
Yeah. I mean, a lot of people don't have self-awareness, which sucks because, like, if they were, they would make so many more strides in their lives and their careers.
Mm-hmm.
But I feel like sometimes people just block that shit out because they're too scared to be aware.
Mm-hmm. So you'd say you're quite introspective too, right?
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
I mean, it's about having the right people around you too, to like call you out on shit and like bring that stuff to light.
Absolutely, that's a major key.
Yeah.
You know, one of the things we've been talking about the last couple of days is like, you know, the shit going on in Iran.
Mm-hmm.
It's fucked up, you know.
It is, yeah.
State-sponsored police violence, like there's no room for that shit.
No.
You know, and I sometimes I'm watching this shit and I'm feeling like, yo, this shit's not getting talked about enough.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and you know, social media helps when we say shit about it, yeah, and spreading the word and stuff. As an Iranian, I'm just like, fuck, man, like, before saying stuff about it, there's a risk associated with it too. You know, people fear for their lives when speaking out on this shit. You know, it's 100%. Some real shit. You know, it's not always, you know, because I pay attention to the news. I've seen that shit happens when people do shit. Like, it's a serious threat to people's lives sometimes to speak out, you know, but still we try to shed awareness of it. We still try to, you know, bring light to it because it is fucked up. Like, women are the key. And this is the thing about history. It will show you that oftentimes we lean on women to pull us out of some of these dark times, you know? And we're seeing right now that what's going on over there, they're killing, they're shooting, they're doing all this shit. You know, women are at the forefront of this, you know? And that's why more people need to be talking about it, you know? And that's why we also have a responsibility ourselves as, you know, creators, as content creators, to speak on that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
And like, the thing is, obviously, it's so shitty, and I hate the fact that all this stuff is happening back there, especially because it's like my family's from there. Even though I don't have any family there right now, or like I don't know anyone that lives there, it's pretty fucked how like the most corrupt shit is happening in the country where like my family's from, like, it's my background, and like it's one place I really want to visit and I can't because it's so corrupt. It's insane, especially like all the shit that's happening. You know, that like with the Mahsa Amini stuff. Obviously, like they killed her because of the, you know, not wearing her job and stuff like that. I'm like, man, like, why do these people fucking care? Yeah, just fucking let people do what they want. It's like, I know it sounds too like obvious, but it's like
it also feeds into,
it's so dumb.
Yeah, and it's like the hijab in that context is a symbol of oppression. When it really isn't. When you go back and you cite the fucking Quran, nothing in there says you have to force somebody to fucking wear a hijab.
I know.
You know, it's recommended, but
no, it's fucked.
It's like fucked up.
It's like
killing women over this.
Yeah, Persians aren't like Muslim.
Yeah,
we're not like traditionally like religious.
Yeah.
So I don't know what the fuck is going on.
It's
like the thing is, I wish I could do something about it. And that's the thing, like we're talking about, like before off camera, like, you know, because I have a following and my background is Persian, people think like that I have to be like the spokesperson about this stuff, which I understand. You know, people are outraged and furious and angry about what's going on and stuff like that, and I am too. It's like, it fucking pisses me off that I can't do anything about it. Really, like, it's like I can't just go to Iran and like fucking start killing people. It's like, I'm not gonna do that. Yeah. Right. My job. Like my job is I'm a comedian, right? Like, especially like my page, like all I do is post comedy or inspirational stuff that matters to me, like personally. And it's like at some point you got to pick your battles too. It's like you can't just like talk about everything that bad happens, because every day something bad's happening. And that's the case. Then now I'm like CNN. It's like
a news channel.
My news channel, right? So that's why I'm like, you know. It's been kind of tough for the past couple of days, you know, with the whole Iran situation, because all these followers that I have are just like lashing out at me, attacking me, calling my mom fucking dirty names, like just like, you know, like
what the fuck,
saying like my mom's a whore and shit like that. Like, I'm like, bro, like First of all, like you gotta leave the mom out of this, man. Like that's too far.
It just lacks empathy. You know, what I'm
So
saying?
much lack of empathy and unaware. They're so delusional and unaware of what's going on. And it's a small percentage of people, but they're allowed small percentage of people who like are just, they think just because I have my following that I have to speak on it, which I get, but at the same time it's like it's not that easy. It's like I also have to look out for myself because I have a following. It's like I don't know, like I also don't want to put my life at risk or my family at risk. It's like if I say the wrong thing. So it's like that's why I feel like
scary.
It's
scary.
It's scary. No, but I also feel like a lot of people don't have that context on me and my life and who I am as a person. And so they just automatically think because I've been silent for the past like 2-3 days, which is nothing, that I'm with the regime. I'm like, bro, what part of me has ever given the perception that I'm with the government of?
But this is the thing,
you know
man.
what I mean? Like,
Are you tired of the running around for a specific hair product, for a specific type of hair? Are you tired of overpaying for services like weave and extensions? Well, are you in the know of Western Canada's best kept secret? Afroera in North Edmonton is now open and operating right at Londonderry Mall. Come shop all things black, including hair care, beauty products and accessories, and hair itself. Now accepting online orders as well as walk-ins for braids, weave, and more. There's no more running around to find the right products and services. Your hair is a statement, so treat it like one. Visit us in-store or shop with us online at afroera.ca.
We're back. We're back on.
all right, we're back. We
Back
took
live.
a 5-minute break. I had to take a shit. Maybe a quick little jerk too, you know? I don't know if you can put that in. But no, yeah.
No, man.
But anyway, we were talking about just like, you know, all I want to say is like, you know, obviously I'm with my brothers and sisters, you know, of Iran and our people, you know, even though I'm very particular and my whole team, we think deeply about our own brand and our presence, and we understand the impact that we have. We always want to be careful of like how we portray things and post things, but it doesn't mean we don't care if we stay silent.
Yeah.
Doesn't mean that at all. It's just that at some point you got to pick your battles in life.
Everything is calculated.
Everything is
Everything
calculated.
is strategic, you know.
Yeah.
There's a lot of thought has to go into,
Yeah.
you know, when you're speaking on things, you
Mhm.
know, especially in this case, you know,
That's what I'm
for
saying.
us, for Iranians,
Mhm.
actually Iranians, you know, a lot of people don't have any ties back home, so they don't fucking give a fuck.
That's what I'm saying. Exactly.
You know, and
I know.
people don't realize that. What was that saying? Divar mushtar, musham gushtar.
دیوارم موش داره موشم
Gush dare.
گوش داره.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. It's like someone. Careful what you say. There's like, yeah, okay.
Yeah,
People are
pretty
listening.
much.
Yeah.
People listening,
Yeah, for sure. That's what I'm saying. So, I guess like I just more so want to explain the context of how I feel about this situation because I've been getting berated
Mm-hmm.
because I stayed silent on my shit for like a few days, you know. But I'm like, you know,
You're
this
also in the middle of a tour.
yeah. There's
like,
so much shit happening,
a lot of shit happening.
and
at
also
once.
I'm like, yo, like what if like I had a fucking death in my family or like I don't know, like something happened to me, and like what you think because I didn't post anything, like I'm the fucking bigot. It's like completely backwards, right? And like I'll never tolerate people like sending death threats and like attacking me, expecting me to do something in return. It can't be conditional, right?
Yeah, this
You have
can't be
to either support me or don't, right? So anyway, and besides those people, man, like obviously I appreciate all the people who follow me and support me. There's so many more of those people, and I'm grateful for those people for sure all the time. And a lot of people are just misunderstood, man. People are like, I realize that not everyone sees the world the same way I do. And so that's where my compassion comes in for other people who are like saying all this wild shit. And so I'm like, all right, well, maybe this person's just in a bad place or they're living in a different time in their lives that they still haven't learned about themselves. But like, it's because I know how that feels.
Yeah.
So anyway,
It's that empathy, right? It's
empathy,
like,
man. You got to have that shit. Like, you just don't know what's going on. And like, at least like trying to treat people with kindness, even though you're getting fucked in the ass on the other end is like hard, but like it's necessary. And that's what people will respect you more for. But anyway, I just wanted to say that because feel like it's important to touch on. And I obviously like I will always want to help where I can, but you know, and I hope the little couple things that we posted on my stories on my social media helped at least bring some awareness. And I don't know, it's like you gotta just like do your best and move forward, like with your lives too. It's like at some point, you can only do so much on your own.
Absolutely.
So that's it.
But you know, there's always something we can do, and we try to think about it. We
Yeah.
try to think it through. You know, I think you gotta be rational about shit too. You know.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and what are we qualified to do? You know, what are we? You know.
And you're only human, bro. We're only human. It's like not everyone has the answers, right? It's like you gotta like literally have patience. Like
I saw Kanye the other day. He was like, you know, Sway had the answer. He admitted that, like,
how Sway?
yeah, he was referencing that. Like,
How Sway?
Sway had the answer, and that is very humbling to see as a human being. It's like, you know, it shows humility, and that's what we need more of. You know,
Yeah,
we don't all have the
bro.
answers. We don't have
No.
fucking. Sometimes our judgment is clouded. We don't know right from wrong. You know what I'm saying?
100%.
And sometimes things we say are extreme,
Yeah,
but
for
that
sure.
doesn't represent and say
Who you are.
Exactly.
Exactly. Well, it's what you say and don't say are extreme.
That's exactly. It's
Yeah.
absolutes.
It's absolute. Yeah,
Only Sith stealing absolutes.
that's it.
That's it, man.
Words of wisdom from
Words of
Persian
wisdom.
men. Yeah,
From Star Wars.
from Star Wars. Nice.
Star
Yeah,
Wars.
Star Wars. Yeah.
I cannot take credit.
No, you cannot do it.
No, it doesn't
It
work.
is. Shut your mouth. Okay.
Okay, okay. Okay, tell us more about comedy tour, please.
Yeah. Anyway, my tour is first leg is almost over, pretty much all of Alberta. It's been a great fucking week, and the shows have been hot in Edmonton, Calgary, and all over. And we're going to Winnipeg, which is a fucking terrible place, but it's okay. We're gonna make it better by being there.
That's it.
We're gonna make it lit, and then Thunder Bay, and then we'll take a little 1 week break for Thanksgiving, and then we start the second leg of the tour, the second half, which is the biggest leg because it's the most
cities in the stretch.
most cities in a stretch, and also the biggest rooms that we're doing, and just like the biggest markets for my audience. And then we're gonna finish off strong in Toronto, 2 shows, and I'm filming both of them as a special. I'm putting on YouTube.
It's amazing.
Yeah, and that's it. And then I'm gonna blow up from that one day, just like Schultz, Andrew Schultz style.
He's
He's a
I
goat.
love. He's amazing.
I love him. He's my favorite.
He's right now one of my favorite.
He's so
one of my
fucking
favorite
good, man. He inspires me a lot.
Very
I
witty.
see a lot of myself in him
Mhm.
in terms of like his materials are obviously much better than mine, but in terms of like delivery and like stage presence, I feel like I see myself in him a lot. Diversity of topics, exactly. It's
You know-
like you never know where he's gonna go with things, and he pushes the boundary like obviously a little bit, but like you don't see it coming, and that's why I don't want to do it for myself.
Shout out Andrew Schultz. Anything creates a lot of content, puts out a lot of that
Yeah,
stuff.
he makes
Very
sure.
witty. He's got that. You know, there's this perspective that you have from living in Toronto, and he has a very similar perspective.
Yeah, because he's in New York,
He's a New York guy, right?
very similar. Yeah,
You're exposed to a lot of different people.
yeah, and it helps a lot.
It widens your perspective.
Yeah,
On life.
on life in general.
You know what I'm saying? Some people don't fucking
Exactly.
come across people that are even the same race as them,
I know. Yeah, it's crazy.
and it's actually mind blowing to think.
Mm-hmm.
You know how you're so in tune with all these different cultures and all your different material. It's
What are you talking about?
goodness gracious.
Goodness gracious.
I like that bit.
Yeah, you like that? Because like
Email.
I do it because I leave it to the end because people expect me to say that at the beginning, but I don't do it
No.
until the end. Then I'm like, and then I say that phone or email line.
And I've seen you do that one so many times. And
Yeah.
it's like gotten like more. And that's the cool thing about seeing you progress. Is
it's
like
just like
seeing-
polished, man.
it's-
Polished versions. It's like that took me so many fucking attempts and reps to make it what it is, and now it's at a point where it's like pretty much every time it does well.
Yeah,
Like it's like it's really good. Yeah.
yeah, it's flawless. It takes time.
And it takes, man, it's not even just about what I'm saying. It's like the actions of it, the mannerisms, the angle of what I'm doing. You know, that shit matters, right? It's crazy.
It's art.
It's art, man.
It's art, bro.
Yeah. I cannot believe it.
I cannot believe my eyes.
I cannot believe my eyes. I
I
need
want to take you to church.
Actually, Nigerians say church, and Ghanaians and Kenyans say church.
That's See that details.
Bro, you don't think I do my fucking research, my G? I cannot believe it.
That's his.
I love it. I love Nigerian accents. Is my favorite accent.
That's
to do.
favorite one to do.
I love it, bro. I'll fucking pull out any time. I'll be at McDonald's, bit. I need to get 2 junior chickens, huh? Can you put extra lettuce? I need to eat quickly.
We had the Asian at the beginning. The Asian one was fucking good.
No, Japanese
It was
or
Japanese.
Chinese? Which one? Which Asian one? At the beginning of the episode.
Yeah, Chinese.
Oh yeah,
that was-
Chinese. I was like, shit, bro, I'm fucking lost. But I do get too many accents at this point.
Oh fuck. Oh my god. And then what are the ones? One of my favorite ones. Persian one, I think.
Well, that's
Takes
like
the
the
cake
most
for me. That's the
flawless one because
flawless
it's
one.
my mom.
Mhm.
Like that's the one that's closest to me. Yeah,
Yeah. And that's why I'm like, you can see that Russell Peters influence too.
yeah, for sure. No, that's all it is. Most of it is that. Yeah, from a kid. When I was a kid, I was watching him on TV.
Mhm. I think that was probably the first guy I started watching on YouTube, which is
Yeah.
when YouTube
When he blew up,
first
yeah.
came. It was one of the first.
Yeah, one of the first stand-ups I saw for sure. Goat, bro.
Goat,
Fucking
he's
goat,
goated.
man.
He's from the area too,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah, same place, same region. Like his manager, just like my brother's my manager, and like same exact age gap. It's crazy. And me and him are exactly the same, and my brother and his brother are the exact same. It's crazy.
Sometimes it was written, man.
It's meant to be, bro.
Yeah, it was written.
That's why we're like, oh, if these guys made it that big and they're exactly like us, we're gonna be just as big, if not bigger.
Mhm.
Especially because we have more of an advantage with social media.
Mhm. Oh,
They didn't have that.
and look at
Not
what
that
they
like
did.
we're better than them. I'm just saying like we have more opportunities now.
That's your generation.
My
That's-
generation provides us with more resources.
That's one
So I'm
thing.
like, bro, success is inevitable.
Inevitable.
And we will not accept anything less.
Mhm.
Job's not finished.
That's one of the things, you know. For me, if you were to ask me, and Nipsey said it first, but I live. by
Shout out
it too.
legend.
Shout out Nipsey, right? What's one thing you would tell someone that wanted to follow their dreams tomorrow? Let's close out on that, right?
That's a good fucking
You
question.
know what I'm saying? For me, it's like invest in yourself and invest in technology. Like
Yeah.
invest in some technology for yourself so you can
Mm-hmm.
have access, do whatever you need to do. What's yours?
Yeah, I'd say think in the long term. Like have a long term goal and milestones set for yourself, and then work backwards. That's what we do. It's like I'm like, what do I want? What's my goal here? What's the purpose of what I'm doing?
That's exactly.
I want to tour the world doing stand up comedy, and that's just one aspect.
Mhm.
I also want to be a big movie star. I want to make my own movies with my characters, just like Borat style. You know, like, do movies with my friends who are also funny ass creators. But in terms of like, for example, if I want to tour the world doing stand up, how do I do that? So I work back like 20 years. I'm like, okay, 20, whatever, not 20. The number doesn't matter, but it's like, okay, how do I do that? I start off with, okay, obviously getting the reps in every day, you know, start by going around the city and then go in the province and then across every other province, do a little Canadian tour and then go into the States, you know.
You work it backwards. You
Work
reverse
backwards.
engineer it.
Yeah, reverse engineering. That's what I'm saying. And then eventually you get to a point where you have all these resources and you create like a fan base all over the world. And then now you can hit every market. And it's just about like being proactive and like reaching out to other people and working with other people and believing in yourself the whole time in that process. And that's just as basic and simple as it gets. And the rest will come. And actually, and also one last thing, you will never make the top without help. You know, if like I'm not ashamed to admit, like I have like a few people always helping me, like with my stuff.
Support system's
Support
important.
system is
man.
very important.
It's
you
the
know?
reason why some guys make it to the league and some guys
Exactly. Yeah. So it's like, what's the point of like making that big if you don't have anyone to celebrate with, right? So, yeah, I believe in that.
don't. You guys heard it here first, man. I gave you guys a blueprint, and Mark got Vaseline finally. Thank God. He got some Vaseline.
Yeah, with the lipstick ass motherfucking lips.
It's dry in Alberta. It's dry in Alberta.
Deroy,
It's very dry.
Alberto, Baba.
I'm your sugar daddy tour, Neema Naz. He just gave you the blueprint on how to fucking do what you want in life. Very simple. Just like that, we gone.
Thank you guys so much. Gifted Gab. The gifted gab, so good.
My dog.
Easy. What are you doing?